Revere. Stop!
What's going on, guys? This is Max. We just got home and he's already dragging me around like I'm a little girl. He's 92 pounds, the largest German Shepherd I've been asked to train. He's 2 years old. You can see I have 2 leashes on him. It's not for control purposes, but I don't like to underlap a leash. So I clip one on, I was supposed to clip the other one on and take the other one off, but it didn't happen because I was worried that he would dart off, which he does. So he doesn't really quite listen to me. You can tell that he's just going wherever he wants to. So now I'm wrapping the leash around my waist so he doesn't pull my arm off. He's a really pretty dog, and hopefully I can turn him around. I have him for 5 days before I go on vacation, and so yeah, let's see what happens. Hey, how's it going, guys? Albert with Citizen Canine. I'm with a new client, and the dog name is Max, and he lives to his name. He is a 2-year-old, 92-pound thin German Shepherd, so he can easily break 100 pounds if or when he bulks. So this is, to me, this is close to an emergency case. I'm about to go on vacation, but I can't let this one go. His story or background is the fact that he is in a small house with, well, not entirely too small, it's a homey house with 2 boys, and one of them is a toddler and the other one is hasn't even gone to grade school yet. Both of them are afraid of Max because he's big and clumsy. Because of this, the mom fears for the child's safety. The parents decided to keep Max outside. The problem with that is, other than Houston having slightly sub 100 degrees so far, it will easily break 100 soon. Their fence is 4 feet tall, and he has been known to be able to jump over that fence whenever he feels like, and the neighbors are starting to complain. So in any other condition or any other owners, I know plenty of owners who would have already figured out a way to get rid of this dog. So these owners asked me if I'm able to help, and I'm more than happy to oblige and try to figure something out, because a German Shepherd like this is obviously going to be a really good pet and guardian for his flock, or any flock, including kids. Max can be a good asset to the family if he is trained correctly and taught what he can and cannot do. So he's been in my house for about, I don't know, a few hours, monitored. We brought him in and then had to go somewhere, so we crated him. He's okay in the crate. He doesn't try to break out, but he don't like it in there. And no, I mean, what kind of large dog would? But when he's out, he is everywhere. He's trying to get on the counters. He's trying to dodge you. Try to put the collar on him. He's dodging and weaving. And he's hard to get to because he's heavy and clumsy, and he'll step on your toes and it hurts. So I gotta be sure I have my shoes on. So I'm at the public school. It's a Sunday, so nobody's here. I'm going to take advantage of the school parking lot and the field. It is pretty hot out there, so I'm going to try to do as much as I can, but I probably can outdo him because he's black and he's going to radiate. He's going to absorb a lot of that heat. He is going to be wearing a remote collar set for vibrate. For the first, I'm going to have him for 5 days. It's mainly about relationship and expectations. So there's only one rule that I do not allow to be broken, and that's the recall. And that's why he has the remote collar. So he can roam wherever he wants, but he needs to come back to me. So I'm going to put a tracking leash on him so he can run wherever he feels like, and I can step on that leash if I need him to come back. Now I do have a prong collar on him, even though I really wouldn't want to, but he will pull like no other dog. He pulls harder than a lot of huskies and pit bulls that I've known. So I'm not going to use it as a correction, but I'm going to use it to be able to stop him if I have to. So he can correct himself if he wants to, and hopefully he'll quickly learn that being next to me and coming when I ask is in his better interest, because once we figure that out, then he can have more freedom and we can continue on to more desirable lessons. So let's get to this and see how far we can get. So right now it is about 95 degrees. It sucks, but this is the best way because it's the closest open field that I can use with very little distractions at the moment. This is that orange line is a tracking leash I use for Kaiser for search and rescues. But today it's going to be just a long line that I can just stomp on if I ever need him to not go any further. So if he runs off, I'm not having to worry about chasing him. I can just grab that leash. So he does come to me, but he just keeps going. Coming to me and trying to find something else more interesting. So somewhere along the ways, I'm assuming that he realized that humans aren't as fun as his environment. So he's one of those daydreamers, I would say. I have to figure out a way to make him realize that I can be as fun as his environment. So I'm using some really high-grade treats here, which is a chicken breast. But even with chicken breast, it's not as intriguing as looking at some fences and grass. Now he's rolling around something that probably smells horrid. Making sure that it's not something I need to worry about. You can tell he's really happy with his tail wagging. He likes what he's doing, he just doesn't realize that I'm not liking what he's doing. And he doesn't realize when I say yes means you get a treat, because apparently my treat isn't even high enough. So in this case, if he doesn't like the treat, then either I can try something like beef, or I can assume that he's so well fed that he doesn't desire any treats, and that it's a little bit of both. So since progress was running really slow, I decided to grab that leash and make it a little bit shorter, so when I call him, I can bring him back and actually just control his head a little bit better to give him a treat, for him to realize there's something in my hand. And it seems like he's doing a little bit better. This is going to have to be done many times before he would do it without a reward. But like I said, recall is non-negotiable. If I call him and he decides not to come, it's never okay. He has to earn his trust in order to have this freedom. Otherwise, he'll be on a leash for the rest of his life in public, which is pretty much fine for a lot of people. But I prefer my dogs to be able to roam free and know that they will come to me exactly when I ask. He's getting a treat, and he's walking away. Call him back, and he's coming right back. This is one of the proudest moments of that day. Good boy. He's finally starting to listen to me. This is day 2 in the morning. They're using the restroom in the front yard. They're not allowed to use the backyard. For one, it's too easy, and my chickens live back there. So they're wandering the front yard. They don't cross the street. Max has tried to cross the street yesterday once, and I used a remote collar to remind him that it's not a good idea, and he immediately recalled. Of course, you want to be able to recall without a remote collar, but once they understand to not fear the remote collar actually becomes a reward to them, because they know that once they wear it, they're free. So they can run 3 blocks down And if they can't hear me, I can press the vibrate and they'll come running back to me. So I'm calling them back and they come right back because they know there's more fun inside the house. It's a good boy.